What is good, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. It's been a while since we did one of these. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm obviously not alone tonight. I've got my good friend Mithy, who I've done previous live streams with. How are you doing, man?
Hello, audience. Hello. We have one person waiting, I think. But hello. I'm doing great, except for my hair, which looks like ass. But how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing well. We haven't spoken in a while, so it's nice to get together again. Anybody who just doesn't know why we're here, we're discussing. Now, we did this for Serial. You can ask any questions you had about my latest short film, Ring. Beyond that, we're gonna be answering questions, doing a normal Q&A. So that's gonna be fun. And if you stick around, I'll give you an exclusive look at Mithy's next film, which is Coda, he's been hyping up a lot. So you'll get a
Too much.
you'll get exclusive look at that, only for this channel, and you'll also find out if you've seen Ring. Spoiler alert at the end. It says to be continued, meaning there is a sequel in development. You will learn the title for the film as well, or for the sequel. So it should be a fun time. We're gonna do it for the next, I don't know, hour or so. We have no lives, it's fine. But we're gonna wait for people to get in here, and until then, we'll just hang out. I'm having a breakfast for dinner in Serial, which was my first short film. So there's that. Just gotta promote. How are you doing, Mithy?
Good. I was going to say with Serial, I was like, because your name on Twitter was CertainVids for the longest time, that I wonder how many people would have followed you during that time and then thought your actual name was CertainVids.
I don't know. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's clever the way that you change it like that, because it works with the memes. Meanwhile, I just go by Mithy, and then I also go by Film Caffeine, and then people don't know what is what and think the two are different. Where I guess they're kind of different, but they're not quite different. I would like to end up one day making Film Caffeine like something much bigger and crazier. Right. Mm-hmm. But until then, I mean, it's mainly just me and then whoever helps me out with shit. So, but
right. Yeah. But I think we got a couple of questions in here. We got Ewan, who's a good friend of mine. Great channel. Check him out. He's in here. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good night. Just watched the film now and had a great ending. Well, I appreciate that. That was probably the part that I was building up to, if you've seen the ending. Anybody who hasn't seen it, I won't spoil it, but it's I guess you could call it a twist. It's kind of a twist. It's just like, I just wanted to have a cool ending, and that's what I went for. So glad you liked that. How long did it take to make? So I had the idea for, if I'm just going to go like all production, this is probably like the first idea I had for a short film that I wanted to make, but I kind of wanted to try something different before I made this, so I made Serial in February, and then like right after that I started brainstorming how to really work out this concept, and because it spans across more than just one short film, I had to just redraft, because I wrote it and then I had to redraft a lot. So I would say it took me like altogether since the release of Serial up until now. But if we're talking just filming, I started filming, I think, in April. I put out a tweet the day I started filming, so I think that was in April. It may have been like very late March, but I don't think it was. So it took like a month, 2 months max. Because I took a lot of breaks between filming, because some days I had to, like, if you've seen the beginning, towards the beginning, I fell down a hill, and I actually did that. So that was like the last shot of the day. Took a break after. The next day was I just stayed home all day. So I took breaks in between. Altogether, I would say it took around 2 months. I would say. So I hope, my plan is to take less time for the sequel. But we've got Kurtboy in here. How are you doing? Glad to see you in here. We got 4 people watching, so any questions you have, feel free to send them in. Yes. But Mithy, how is production on Coda going?
Dude, don't get me started. It's been fun. It's been awesome. I announced this a while ago, but I will say it again. We are virtually wrapped filming, which is awesome. It's been long, and I don't know. I can't share a screen or anything, but I will say, let me check my actual folder. I think I have 12 folders, 12 folders of days of just footage for everything so far. And like each folder, some of them have like only like 5 videos on there, and some of them have like 50 100 video clips that we've taken. So it's a lot of footage, and I am currently the only editor, so it's a bit but it's been awesome editing, and it's been a really, some scenes have been really enjoyable to edit. Audio editing is a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part of it for me, is just messing with the audio, because when you listen to audio, and then once you're done listening to the audio, you realize how bad it is, and there's nothing you can do with it, and it's like but other than that, it's been a lot of fun. We're gonna finish second unit filming sometime either next week or the week after, and then we'll be like actually wrapped on all filming. Right. And then I'm working on the assembly cut, and the assembly cut should be done within the next few weeks. So we're getting somewhere. Still aiming August release.
August release. All right.
And keep your eye out for another trailer, perhaps next month or the month after, perhaps. So yeah.
All right. That's sounding good. Max came in here. What's going on, man? Hello. Cryptid came in here. CV and Cryptid boxing match. I won't fight a cripple. I'm sorry. Don't make me pop your tires. I put out a tweet saying, reply to this tweet, and I'll tell you if I'll fight you or not. A bunch of people replied. I basically said at any given point yes to all of them, except for like 1 or 2. I'm not serious. I'm not actually going to fight anybody. But
you gotta fight all of them. That was a commitment. If you post something on Twitter, that means it's 100% a commitment. You're
gonna do it. If you say that movie made me want to kill myself, you're gonna want to kill yourself because of the movie.
If I say on a tweet I posted earlier this year that Tom Cruise is going to be part of CODA, that means he is going to be a part of CODA.
It's just how it works.
Well, actually, for a meme, I'll make up like a mock poster. This is Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise on the train. Tom Cruise and Thomas the Tank Engine, starring in CODA.
CODA directed by Mithy. Starring Tom Cruise.
Dude, if Tom Cruise gets on a project, he is like co-directing it. You can't do anything about that. So
yeah, he is. I think he produces everything too. So yeah, that'd be neat. True.
Yeah. Very
poor choice of words. I'll fight a cripple any day, any week. Pull up.
I'll pull up.
I don't know about that. I won't do that. I'm not on that. But
dude,
Tom Cruise for CODA sequel. Well, is there? I don't think there is a CODA sequel.
Okay, I'll make this clear right now. And Brian, you tweeted this not with my serious answer, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm a bitch. I don't think I'll make a CODA sequel. This is very much an ending to something, and not to get all pretentious, but when I made this script, I had the whole thing of I was talking to Brian too about this earlier. When I make short films, and CV, you can relate with Serial or in The Ring. Is it Ring or The Ring? It's just Ring.
It's just Ring. I think that just makes it like too specific, so I just want to just keep it like broad. Just Ring.
Yeah, Ring. Yeah, there you go. So what I did with CODA is something. When I look at my comment section for Payback for the Deal, for Ebenezer, for even Bon Appetit, which is the worst thing I've ever uploaded to the channel. When I look at the comment sections for that, it is filled with people talking about the technicalities of short film making. And it's about, oh, you did this with this, and you did this with the lighting, and you did this with the color grading, and you did this with the filming, and you did this with the audio. And it's like, that is awesome. I love seeing those comments, right? But my challenge with CODA is something where I want the takeaway to honestly be the story. And I want the thing where when you come out of something like Infinity War, are you talking about the technicalities of film? Are you talking about the technicalities of a reaction sequence? Are you talking about the you're saying the Doctor fight Strange, or the Doctor Strange?
The Doctor fight Strange.
Yeah. When you come out of that,
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. You come out of that, you're talking, that was cool. That's it. The magic thing was cool. Are you talking about the technicalities of the sound design? Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
not really.
Right. And it's not that I don't want those technical comments. I do. I love those. I love hearing that feedback. But I
Right.
do want to see some amount of reception to the story. Like, I love what you did with this character. I hate what you did with that. That didn't make any sense. I want to see that in the comment section. That's been the biggest challenge with making it, is to make sure that is kept up throughout the entire film. And hopefully that'll come across.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah, because like personally, what I'm all about is screenwriting, and so I want that to be emphasized, and I want that to be criticized or praised. That's kind of what I want, and it's you can only do so much with something like a short film, which is why I'm leaning more into sequels, so I can like really pan out a story. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah, I want that technicality. I want it to look and feel good, but at the end of the day, it's like what happens that kind of matters. So,
and I was like, at the end of the day, that's kind of just part of that is just narcissism, right? Where it's like you want the story that you're making to have attention, no matter how good or bad it is. So I mean that's part of it always, but
Talking Cobra Kai was in here. Ken Stay just wanted to hop in and say what's up. Well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Hello, man.
He do be fighting strange, though. He do be fighting strange.
That
is true. But
Turboy said, "Let's go." That just makes me think DaBaby, and I don't want to think of DaBaby.
I don't like thinking of DaBaby.
I don't like thinking of DaBaby either. Every time I think of DaBaby, I think of Dawood, and that just makes it even worse. Dawood, clip this. Fuck you.
I just think of he's just like a meme to me.
Yeah.
He's not a real person.
Did you see the thing? Someone on Twitch. This was really weird. Someone on Twitch made a fake like verified account and called it DaBaby, and then went to a bunch of Twitch streamers' chats. It was like, "Yay, let's go!" He fooled like Pokimane and like all of like the offline TV people. It was like 100,000 people watching, and then there was like he put "Let's go," and then everyone was like, "Yo, it's DaBaby," and I'm like, it is so fake. But it was kind of I was like, I don't know how you get away with that, but I guess you do.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Anybody else? Please feel free. We have all night. We can just send in whatever you want. It doesn't have to be ring specific. You can send in any questions. We're here to answer them. But
oh no, another DaBaby question. Not a question, but a comment. Oh boy.
I unironically listen to DaBaby. I have no shame.
You do.
I don't listen to
DaBaby. You don't have.
I don't listen to DaBaby.
DaBaby. Here's the thing. I listen to Levitating from Dua Lipa, and I love Dua Lipa music. I'm a basic bitch like that, right? And then the DaBaby part comes out, and I'm like, this is the expression on my face when DaBaby part comes out.
This song would be so fire, then boom, DaBaby part.
Exactly. I will say he's got a unique sound and voice, so I can understand if you like him, but I'm looking at you, Dawood.
Fuck you. It's like so mid.
Speaking of Ring, I did wanted to. Oh, Kurt asked a question.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say with the Ring, I was gonna say, what was the scripting for that like? Did he like actually write a script for it, or what was that?
So not really. There's no dialogue, and I didn't just want to fill an entire thing with just action. So,
hey, that's the mentality when you want to make Kill. You know what the script like was for Kill?
What was the script?
6 lines of Discord notes that I sent to Vaughn. That was it. That was the script for Kill.
That was the script. Yeah, here's your script. I'm typing it right now.
Exactly. Yeah, that was it.
That's fun, but no. I just outlined it. I was like, what's gonna happen? This is what I'm gonna do, and I just did everything on the spot. I just wanted to have like, because there's a general premise to the story. I just wanted to make sure that makes sense. And when you see the sequel, it will make more sense. But yeah, no, it wasn't just like I am writing an actual script right now. But for that, it was just like I just had to outline it, plan out the story, work out the kinks. There was a point in time where I just scrapped the whole idea because it was like I just didn't like it. It was like really broken. But then I like revisited it, I rethought it, and it made sense in a way. So I'm trying to make it make more sense right now. But ultimately, I think it'll come together. But it wasn't like an actual scripting process. It was just like an outline and then just like redoing the story and stuff like that. But do you guys listen or read any comics? Yeah, I think we both read comics.
I read comics a lot. I finished reading Invincible a few months ago. I had meeting to Troy Boy 17 suggested reading Radiant Black, which I need to get into. What else do I read? I read a lot of Ultimate Spider-Man growing up. So some people love me for that. Some people hate Ultimate Spider-Man, which I think it's good. It's a big part of my childhood. And
it's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say it's good.
I read a good amount of Scott Snyder's Batman run also growing up. That's a big part of what got me into Batman was stuff like Court of Owls. And what else did I read comics wise? Oh, here's a big throwback that I'm ashamed to say that I read this, but I was like, yeah, why not? Smile. It was one of those like basic bitch like.
Bro, I remember that.
Do you have it?
Hang on.
Do you have it? Do you have it? I don't know why I read this. Only girls read this book, and I was like, what is? I was like, so what's the deal with this comic book? And then I picked up this book, and it's fine. It's good. I read it as a kid, and it's like, oh, that's cute. And then I threw it away because I'm like, I'm a man. I don't read comics like this. And then I realized that was dumb. And you can read comics like that. They're good. He's pulling it out. He's pulling it out.
Right here. I've got it right here.
I've got it right here. There you go. Yeah, that's
all its glory. It's right here.
It's,
I bought it at a book fair and I read it.
Yeah,
more times than I would like to admit. I've read it more times than I would like to admit.
In middle school, if you say you read that book, you get beat up. And now, if you say you read that book and make it like a thing about empowering yourself, you'll get likes on Twitter. And I think the latter is better in general because likes on Twitter are always awesome.
This was a good, I like this a lot.
I enjoyed it. I also read like the Sisters one that came afterwards, and that
I didn't read that one.
That wasn't as good.
I didn't read that one.
This one was an OG.
I just really liked the way she just like the way they like progressed through her life. I think it was just kind of just sweet.
Yeah.
And it was pretty. I would say it's sort of realistic. I mean, it's based on her real life. So
the dialogue isn't as realistic, but that's just because that's the style. But then other than that, the situations are realistic. That itself is what I think made this book so special is because in a place where the comics because that's a very easy book to put in a public library, or in a high school, middle school library or middle school library, because that's what kids are going through. And that's, you put a Batman comic in there. They're like, some of these are rated R and some of these are good. And then some of these are weird. And, it's hard to put that. That's just for one demographic. But then for this, it's like, that's something that a teacher can pick up and be like, you want to read good graphic novels? Here you go.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree. And it had like pretty good art style. Like, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
It's not bad, half bad art style.
It's good. Yeah.
And it's like a lot of things visually sort of dramatized, like comics usually are. I would say the dialogue's probably like not a weak point, but like the only thing that's not as strong. But like the story itself, I would say it's good. I mean, I bought it. I didn't know any better, but it turns out it's good. So I'm glad you brought that up. Are you more excited for Top Gun 2 or No Time to Die?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I love my band did Top Gun the year that I wasn't in marching band. They did Top Gun, and then the year after, they didn't do Top Gun. But I have friends who did Top Gun back in high school, and it was a really enjoyable experience. I really listened to the music from the movie. I really like it. Aside from all the dumb stuff that Tom Cruise has done as a actor and a filmmaker, I love his work and I love his enthusiasm. I'm more excited for No Time to Die, just because that's more than a movie for me. I enjoyed the Top Gun 2 trailer a lot, and it is an anticipated movie for me. But I know the hype has died for a lot of No Time to Die stuff, and I'm not happy with Amazon basically buying MGM for what, like $8 billion bucks, and then just getting $10 billion bucks from the government. So basically they just got a $2 billion bonus and a full movie studio at their disposal, which I know companies don't work that way, but for the sake of it. But other than that, I mean, I'm excited to see that movie just finally, because I want to see that movie.
I will say I'm excited for both, but I was never the biggest James Bond guy. So I
really like that first trailer that we got. Remember that like trailer that we got with the?
I think so. Yeah.
It was like the da 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 da. That's all I remember from the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember more from the trailer, but the music beat, that was cool, and I was really excited for that based on that alone.
I liked James Bond growing up, but I was never like a big like Bond fan. But I do like the Craig series, and I was in, I think, Spiral, and that trailer was playing, the most recent one, I would say, and it was cool. It was a cool trailer, but I don't know. I just think I'm looking more forward to Top Gun 2. I do like the first one. I was in middle school choir. I think we sang a Top Gun song, so that was fun. But yeah, I would say I'm more excited for Top Gun 2. I'll see both, obviously, but I would say I'm more excited for Top Gun. I've been reading Scott Snyder's Batman run. Good stuff.
Good. It is good. It's that, and what else did he do? He did Court of Owls. He did 0 Year, right?
Did he? I'm not sure.
Let me check. Because if I don't, then Doug will clip me and then pull this over my head. What did he do? Scott Snyder did. I'm trying to look this up. I can't find it. He did Black Mirror too. That was good. I didn't read all of it, but I need to go back and read a lot of it. He did Death of the Family. I read Death of the Family as a kid, and it kind of ruined me. He did 0 Year. Yep, he did do 0 Year. I did also. I think I read Epilogue as well. And he did the good All-Star Batman with John Romita Jr. As opposed to the amazing All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder. That you can click me and say this, that is the best comic of all time, and anyone who doesn't is dense, and I'm not going to complete that sentence.
Bold words.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a meme out of Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff. TLDR, good stuff.
Yeah. Scott Snyder, yeah, Batman run. Yeah. I think we're all, I think most people like that run. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah.
People who don't like the New 52 as a whole, some of them don't love it, but it's a good run.
Have either of you checked out Immortal Hulk? I have not, personally. Have you?
I have not. I need to. I've heard good things.
Neither of us have checked it out. Let us know how it is.
Yeah. I forgot Super Heavy. I should have mentioned Super Heavy. I saw it on the list, and like as I was finishing up, and I was like, Brian's gonna get pissed. But yeah, there you go. And now you added it, so now I don't have to.
Justin here. Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to see you here. Ring was awesome. Thank you. Any estimate as to when we will get the sequel? Sequel will be, if things work out the way I want them to, late June, early July. If they don't, mid-July. So that's probably expected by July at the most. But I'm aiming, because it's summer now, I don't have as many things to worry about. I can probably reserve just a couple of... Because the thing with the sequel... Because the thing with Ring is that it's very, I would say, dynamic in terms of locations. You have to go to... I had to go to a lot of places. I wasted a lot of gas on this film. So that took a lot of time. Whereas with the sequel, it's pretty much one location. So that's like the big first hint I can get towards it. So it's just gonna be going like, same location and just recording. So I will say it's probably gonna take. It's gonna be easier to film. Gonna take less time to film. So I should get it out by late June. So that's what I'm aiming for. But yeah, it may go beyond that. But that's my best guess. I have to finish the script, but first. But then it'll work out. We're caught with the chat, so please send in questions. if we want to,
I'll give you the conversation piece. Guess this is what I got off of eBay.
okay,
I don't know if I showed you this. I got this, and then I don't know if you guys can see, but I left this out because I was experimenting with it earlier. But I guess it's a good conversation starter. All that equipment back there. I got this I got this Canon Rebel. It's a T2, so it's not the most special thing in the world, but it gets the job done. It shoots full HD. I've set up picture styles on it, and I've been using it for some of this Lego. I'm working on a Lego Batman video. I teased it on Twitter. It's going to be a lot of on camera stuff, and so this has been a big help. The battery grips have also been nice. I'd never used them. I've never used them before, but then now I have, and I like the extra weight of holding a battery grip. And I'm seeing this word with people in chat, so people are like, okay, what is my filmmaking style? And I'm a fucking amateur, I don't know anything. But I like the extra weight. It helps with the stabilization because it's something I'm holding heavily. The guy also gave me 2 lenses with it. He gave me a 50 millimeter, which most people know what a 50 millimeter looks like. It's a 50 millimeter.
Right.
And then I also got this Sigma lens, which I've never heard of Sigma before. But it's a decent lens. It's 18 to 50. It's pretty simple. I got some UV covers for a UV cover, a D something cover, and then a C something cover. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty useful. And then what else did I get? Everything else I got is kind of just additionals. I got like the bag. The guy threw in a tripod for free, which was really nice. And what else did what was the other thing I got? Oh yeah, Rode mic, which has been very useful. And honestly, I should probably use this more than my actual mic because the audio quality is actually better on this.
That's a good pickup. That's a good pickup.
And I got all of this for like $300, which is like, I think that's pretty good. And
that's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if I posted this on Twitter, but it's funny that I got the shit, and then I was talking to the dude about like what he used to do with it, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I used to hang out with a few YouTube buddies, and we used to make videos with me and my buddies used to make videos for some YouTube guys, and it was kind of fun." And it's like, "Oh, crazy!" He's like, "Yeah, I used to work with a guy called Dietrix. Do you know who Dietrix is?"
I do not.
He is a 20 million subscriber YouTuber who used to have a show on ABC. And I was like, "You worked with Dietrix? You shot videos with Dietrix on this thing? What the fuck?" And then he was like, "Yeah, me and my buddies, we also worked with Ryan Higa." Yeah. My childhood hero, Ryan Higa, the one whose videos I always watch. And I was like, "Yo, who are your fucking buddies, man, that you're working with?" You know the Ryan Higa video? You know Will and Greg?
No.
The redheaded dude and the guy with the mustache from a lot of Ryan Higa's videos. Like they're main production guys. Those are his buddies, and they all worked on videos together. And then they shot videos on this thing. And so yes, it's a Rebel T2. It's not the best camera in the world, and it's old generation, but it's also Ryan Higa's camera.
Man, so I remember.
This is like
Ryan
my
Higa.
Dude, this is my baby now. This is like I'm calling it the teehee because I'm cheesy like that. This is the teehee, and I'm gonna make a filming career out of the fucking teehee. But yeah, this is like the coolest thing that's happened to me like this entire like summer almost. It's like the entire year. So I'm very excited to shoot more stuff with this. And if anyone knows how to properly set up a Rebel T2, please send me a DM because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I could actually send you something probably.
If you find something, let me know. Solving a lot of the color issues have just been color grading and then fixing stuff in there. And it looks, for the most part, it looks fine. But then I do need better use of like setting up picture styles and shit.
Yeah, right.
And I'll do that. Yeah.
Man, I'd forgotten about Ryan Higa until today. I remember he made like a Fortnite trailer, I think, like a movie for Fortnite.
Yeah, he did Fortnite stuff. He is the first YouTuber I ever watched, like back in the day, which is funny.
I think he was the most popular one for a while too.
Yeah, he was. He was the number one for a long time, and then the PewDiePie stuff happened. But before that, it was him, big OG guy. Really chill.
And
he Twitch streams now.
Didn't he like do Am I thinking of somebody else, or was it him who did the Fruit Ninja thing and he like cut off his
That was
finger
him.
with like
That was him.
it was him? Yeah, right.
He
That's
cut
what
off
I
his
thought.
nose. He cut like a piece of his nose.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. He was big. I haven't watched him in years.
Yeah, 25 million subs. I was like, dude, tell if you ever meet them, let them know I'm huge fans. And he was like, yeah, just send a message into the group chat. And I was like, okay, damn. Okay. And so it's like I didn't go full network mode because I was like, what am I show him fucking the trailer for Coda? What is he gonna do with that?
Hi, Ryan Higa. Look at my short film.
But yeah, I'm not like a super superstitious person or anything. But it is cool that it's like a YouTuber, worked with this camera, did some stuff, and then now it's with me. I that means a lot. So if you're watching eBay, dude, thank you, I guess.
Let's see. Okay, is there anything you do to help with writing? You can take it first.
Do I do? I mean, the thing with me, all my scripts I write now on Writer Duet. I just we have three free scripts, and I used all of those, and I just alternate between those. I will say the thing with me in script writing, and this is different for everyone, and this just helps me a lot, is when I script, I only work on like a script at a time. I don't work with a bunch of scripts at one time, because the thing with me and the Writer Duet stuff has helped with that, because I have only three free scripts to work with that I can format in. That means my focus is on those three, and then I can't just sporadically be like, oh, let me start working on a feature-length script and then never get back to it. If I'm working on a script, I'm working on a script. I'm coming up with those ideas. I'm working on a script. What I used to do is I used to make a Google Doc, and I'd plan all this shit, and then I'd put it into the script. But honestly, once you get into, it's good to start doing that. I think if you're getting into script writing, it's good to start doing that. But then from there, just opening up a Writer Duet script. Once you get the hang of how typing in it works and how formatting in it works, just free type. Because the best thing about writing as opposed to filming is you can edit and you can rewrite and you can change stuff in there. And that's what I find myself. I wrote 40 pages for Coda, and then I messed around with all those pages, constantly going back and forth. And if you need a set of eyes on a script, or if you need something, reach out to someone. Figure it out. I think someone DM'd me a script somewhere, but I forgot who it was. I do need to read it again because I didn't read it yet. I'm sorry if you're listening, but that's the best way to kind of improve your writing, is just kind of go write something, get something on there on the page, and then edit from there.
I'd agree. I'd say anything I say like remotely related to an S sound, Siri just pops up on my phone. I don't know why. But the thing with, there are multiple things that help me write. I've found the best is to outline what you're going to do, because a lot of times I'll encounter problems just in the outline. And so I'll have to, I can't even start the script yet. I can't even start the first draft. I still have to fix the story itself. So you can get into the specifics with your drafts, but just plan out a story. And this applies more so to feature lengths. It doesn't really apply to short films, but like what a lot of screenwriters do, they plan out half of their story, because when they start writing up until the midpoint, they know the world, they know the characters, and then the ending may be different than what it was before. So if you are planning on writing feature-length stuff, if you're planning on writing novels and stuff like that, so you might just want to maybe not plan out the whole thing. I know Aaron Sorkin doesn't know how his scripts ever end. He writes up until like a certain point, and then he just changes the ending as he sees fit. What helps me is usually just a bunch of edits and a lot of changes, because if I look back on my initial idea for Ring, it is dog shit. Like, it is terrible. So you have to be continued. You have to. It's because screenwriting, it's a very grueling process. It's long. You have to sit just like. There's a certain format you have to follow. You just have to keep on following it for however long you're writing for. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's easy to get the hang of. But actually doing it, not the most fun thing ever. So you have to be willing to put the work in. But it takes a lot of edits. It takes a lot of changes. I would say just always be thinking about like where you want to go while you're writing anything, because you have to know how one thing connects to the other, and whatever future knowledge you have to fit what's happening in the now to fit that. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense in my head. But just always be editing. Like, the way I view it is that I write a first draft, but that first draft is just technically a lot of drafts piled together, because like I write something and then I go back and then I change it and then I write something else and then I redo the whole thing. So really the first draft is technically not even a first draft. It's just like a lot of redrafts piled into one cohesive draft. And then you have to redo that whole thing. So never stick to the first draft. That's basically the best thing I can do. Never move forward with the first draft.
And I think the thing with me, I broke a lot of those rules working on Coda, if I'm going to be honest.
It's fine to break rules. You don't have to, like, you know.
The thing is, you break rules with purpose, right? And I will say, I guess this is less of a tip and more teasing for Coda. When I came up with Coda, I came up with one idea for Coda, and then I had to move, so I couldn't do the exact, like, some of the things that I wanted to do in that first idea, I didn't do. And then I came up with an idea for Coda based on that first idea, and I was like, oh wait, okay, this is so much better, right? So sometimes letting an idea, you don't even have to put it to paper, but letting it marinate over like a week or 2 weeks can help you come up with something to even top that. And not that all first ideas are bad, because some first ideas are amazing, but you know, it's good to let things marinate, especially with writing, because you let something marinate and then you go back and then you fix it later on, or you tackle it in a different way later on. I will say with Coda, once I got that like ending, I had the whole thing structured in my head. And that's not exactly the healthiest thing to do, because sometimes you don't want to have everything structured. But then I had like everything structured, and then I just got to writing. And the thing with me and my drafts, and I shouldn't have done this for Coda, but I did anyways, because I think it was because I was sharing with a lot of people at the same time. My first draft was, I guess, technically my final draft, only in the sense that like I made like 2 pages or 3 pages, and then I went back and I spent like a week editing those 2 or 3 pages, you know? Or I went back and I did 3 pages, and then I went back editing those 3 pages. So don't be afraid to do that either. You don't have to like finish a draft and then go and make a new draft.
Oh
yeah,
you
can edit as you go along, and don't be afraid to change things even as you're writing them.
I'll say, if there's like one thing, the number one thing that helps me the most is having a little notebook like this. Anything that pops into your head, because the thing with ideas, whether they be for story beats or characters or dialogue, especially dialogue, but anything that pops into your head, if you don't like get it down somewhere, like so that it never, you'll either forget it or you'll remember it, but it's not going to be the exact same idea. You're going to have altered it subconsciously in some way, shape, or form. So get a notebook. I haven't filled the whole thing or anything. It's just like a couple of pages, but I've written down a lot of stuff, future things that I want to work on, stuff that I've already worked on. Anything that pops in your head, just write it down somewhere. It doesn't have to be a computer. You can write it down on your hand for all I care. Just write it down somewhere, so you don't forget it, and but just keep it in mind.
Don't wash your hands. Listen to me while I say this during a massive pandemic. Don't wash your hands.
Yes, please do not wash your hands. That is the worst thing you can do as a screenwriter.
You're being ironic. Mr. Fauci, we're being ironic.
Oh no, I'm not. Do not wash your hands. Do not wash your hands. But but actually, if you just anything that comes into your mind, write it down somewhere. Whether it be a notebook, just some paper that's lying around. Make sure you don't like misplace the paper. That's why I'm saying like get a notebook. But if you have a computer nearby, a phone nearby, you have a notes app for a reason. Use the notes app. Just write anything that pops in your mind down. That's like the number one thing that helps me the most with writing, because because there's stuff in this book that I wrote down and I just forgot about, and now I go through the pages and I'm like, oh yeah, that's something I have to work on. So anything, especially if you have like a big idea that's like you know it's going to be like the whole thing that your story revolves around, definitely write that down. Like you were saying at the beginning, just get stuff out there, get stuff on paper. If you've never written before, write a lot. You don't have to follow a certain structure. You can do that. You can learn that later. It's fairly easy. It's like 5 different types of writing that you have to learn, really. 5 main like common stuff that you have to learn. it's not hard to get a hold of. It's just hard to continuously just keep on writing it. That's really the hard part. So if you've never written before, just get something out there. Write a first draft. Doesn't have to be good. They never are. And then just edit. Write a lot and edit a lot, and you'll get somewhere. And your first film is never going to be the best one, but
TLDR,
you'll
writing, it's hopeless endeavor.
Don't have if you have abandon all hopes if you're a screenwriter.
Exactly.
But I hope that little tangent helped you out.
Yeah.
Do you have an actual camera and not just a phone? If so, what do you use? Well, Miffy uses an actual camera.
I use Canon Rebels for all my stuff. I know that's not the best. Some of Coda was shot on a Nikon that Dalen had, but I used most of Coda was shot on a Rokinon 35mm lens. I try to stick with the Rokinon 35mm lens because I love the look of the Rokinon. There's a cool bokeh effect that happens with the lights, and I like capturing that. But there are action scenes that are shot on a Canon 10mm lens. But for the most part, in general, the actual DSLR is a Canon Rebel T3i. And so now that I'm going to be shooting most of the second unit on this, and it's a T2i, so it's going to be relatively consistent. And right. I was color grading the opening scene. I will say, it's kind of sad because the audio in the opening scene is like the worst
of Coda
of all of the audio. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Which sucks because it's the opening scene, you know. It's like you want that scene to be the strongest. And so I might do ADR in it. But other than that, the actual way it's shot, it was shot on both a Canon and Nikon. But then I went back and with color grading that fixes a lot of it. So if you learn how to color grade, that's really helpful. It's also fun. It's more fun than I expected.
I don't exactly color grade. If you don't know, I use iMovie for my stuff. So I just go into the settings. I go into the settings. I alter the contrast. Ring. I don't think I color graded Serial. There was this one. If you remember Serial, there's a shot of me getting up out of bed, and so there's a shot of my feet pointed towards the camera. There's side angles and stuff like that. So the thing with that was there was light coming in from. I shot that over there. And there was light coming in from this direction, which, by the way, natural light. If you have it, use it. It's great. But there was light coming in from this direction, and so the front view looks great, but the side views were like really dark. So I altered those to match the front shot. But that's like all the color grading I did. Ring was altered a lot of saturation, not a lot, but a good bit. Because I don't know why, but the images I get are always like super stale. So you know how I lit a couple scenes in there one scene in particular, but then a lot of other scenes in Coda. You know how I lit it up? I think I know, but yes, go ahead. Yeah, under the camera.
You just did this. You do it like this to adjust it. You know, you point it upwards if you want. You point it this way if you want. You adjust the reflection on a panel somewhere to adjust it like that. You know, you do the craziest stuff. And I know people tell me to invest in lights, and I will eventually. But once I get more money.
Right now, I've lost money at the moment, so maybe not anytime soon.
I want to invest more in lenses before I invest in lights, because the thing with my filmmaking style too is I like just capturing things without overly editing them. You know, I'll do color grading to pop out the colors, but I want things to be in a natural light. That's like the aesthetic of a lot of even Coda, even the fight scenes. There's an indoor fight scene that takes place during like a sunset, but the set location is cool because there's windows all around, so you can see the light seeping in from that. And I love that shit because I didn't do anything to change that. It's just like that, and I found that and I captured that, and that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy doing. So
because it's fun because like it's like a pre-made set, you know, and like you discovered it, so it's like you know it's fun that way. But to answer your question, I don't have an actual camera. I use my phone. Serial was on my phone. Ring was on my phone. The cool thing about Ring is that it was all outdoors, so I just had the light available. I did have to wait for certain scenes, like the scene where there's like multiple shots of me, like there's like it like gets closer as I get up from the ground. That shot, I had to wait for it to get cloudy again, so I was just like standing there for 30 minutes to keep consistency. But Other than that, I just use my phone. It's not that hard. I just capture it as it is. I do have to find out how to maintain, like, how to shoot manually now, because I don't like how it just, like, the exposure and the ISO, it just automatically just changes as it sees fit for some reason. That's just how iPhone cameras are. So I do have to find out how to shoot manually. But yeah, I use my phone.
I mean, I would say I used a phone for. I mean, spoilers for Coda. I mean, fuck, spoilers for the deal. I'm not gonna spoil Coda. You won't get me. Spoilers for the deal.
Almost.
When Dan shoots me in the deal, that was a reshoot that I did on this bad boy. Not even that. We shot, and then the camera died in the actual camera, and then we used my production guy James's phone, and then his battery died, and then we used my phone for another shot. So that and I'm a strong advocate for using your phone whenever you can, because I mean the biggest thing when you use your phone, and I run into this problem too, just make sure you clear the camera. I sometimes I forget that, then I look over the footage and I realize how weird it looks, and it's just because you gotta just do a little, and then you're fine. So just make sure you do that. That's all. For people who want to use your phones.
Yeah, phones are great. I mean, it's better if you're just doing like YouTube stuff, because you don't really need the best camera stuff for that. If you're doing filmmaking, you're gonna have to do some post work, but it'll be fine. It's not that
phones
big a
are
deal.
great these days, dude. There's a reason why the only people that really buy these anymore are people like us, or people that want to mess with stuff. Because if you're just getting a photo of your daughter at a ballet dance,
you don't need
this
that.
is so easy, and honestly, sometimes better than configuring this shit. So
Because it's already on you. It's already on you. It's all configured. It's automatic.
As a person who works in software, there is so much of a better thing with this than with this. But then the film part of me is like, I want these. I want like 10 of these. But
yeah, I am saving up for a camera, so that I'll get one eventually. But right now, not really. Been so long since I've watched Ryan Higa. Yeah, I think it's been like 5 years since I've watched him. It's crazy.
He stopped uploading recently, but I'm hopefully he'll be back. Maybe he Twitch streams. So yeah,
that's right. I've never seen how my endings will happen either, especially within rewrites when the ideas are fleshed out. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You once you reach the midpoint, the ending is probably going to be different than what you initially thought, because initially you know the ins and outs of the story. Actually, no. You know the premise of the story. You don't really know the ins and outs that much. You kind of figure those out as you go along. Once you got those, though, you know the characters, you know the world that you're working with, you know what you're doing. So you may have a different direction that you want to take the characters. You may have a different idea in general. I know it took me a lot of redrafting, and I didn't like plan out the entire story for Ring. But there was a point where I was like, this would be so much better if it was different this way. And I pretty much just altered the entire concept, because initially, fun fact, it wasn't a ring. Initially, it was shoes. So I just completely changed it.
Yeah.
It's a drastic change. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, it's like it was a big change, but I got that because I just didn't plan out the whole thing, and I thought about it more, and I was like, this would work better. So.
The thing with me, with Coda especially, because I'll give you guys, not to take too long, but I'll give you guys a little insight into the behind the scenes with this. Because it was crazy. It was very, very crazy. And we shot, I said I had like, 11 folders for like days that we've shot? 12, yeah, 12. Yeah. I didn't even pull up the file yet. But 12, each day was one folder, and there's so much footage, right? That happened over the process of 6 weekends, I want to say. Like, it was just me and Dalen going over, filming, coming back, going over, filming, coming back. And it was intense. I will say, I wrote the script, right? And I wrote it in full. I did some edits, but for the most part, the story was done. The concept was done. I did everything. I think I might have said this before once, but I'll say it here just to make it official. First day, we shot a sequence. We shot another sequence. Second day, we went to go shoot a sequence, and the guy who plays the main villain of the film dropped out. That tells you what behind the scenes looks like on this shit. It's insane, right? And then the thing for me is, at that moment, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do, right? But then,
that's a sticky situation right there.
I know. but then that's when the rewrites step in, and that's when the
Right.
retooling of the script comes in, and that's where you take concepts from the script, you retool them, you rearrange them. And Coda was a thing. I had this idea, and I was like, or I'll do it in this because it makes sense on screen. I had this initial idea, and this was the whole thing of Coda. And then the thing happened on the second day, and Coda became this. And then I was like, shit, okay. I can't have it be like this small. It needs to be like this. Why is it going to this?
Right. Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, let's retool this chunk and put it here. And so Coda became like that. And then more ideas came in and more opportunities came abroad. And Coda became like this.
Yeah.
And then now Coda is like this. And right here, where I am, is so much, I'm much more prouder than that than of my original idea, right? But I couldn't have gotten from here to here without this step in between. This is a horrible chart.
I mean, it's working. It's working.
Yeah, that's the thing is, and I learned this a lot by looking at Chris McQuarrie's work, what the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
You have the locations in mind, you have the story in mind, and you have the core. As long as you keep with the core story, and as long as you keep with the core motivations, when you're filming, feel free to go fucking crazy, because
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, this is not a spoiler, but this is a good tease. The original script for Coda did not have a 2v1 fight. And
That's
now
pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting.
I am very excited to show that to people. I'm very proud of that fight scene. And that wouldn't have happened without this, the rewriting, the retooling process of filmmaking.
That was a very insightful journey. I really enjoyed that whole diagram.
Yeah.
No, that was amazing. I'm being completely unironic right now. That was a great example.
That's the thing. I do want to make some kind of a behind the scenes video after all this,
Right,
because
yeah.
it is insane to me to think that something as small as a short film, that like in the grand scheme of things, Coda is just another one of those short films on YouTube. But even that has a thing where it's like you go through these processes and you learn
There's a history. There's a history behind
exactly.
it.
Yeah. And that's the fascinating part to me.
Yeah, totally agree. Let's see. The biggest help for me was watching Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright's behind the scenes on Hot Fuzz, as well as Trey Parker's philosophy about writing. That's definitely another great thing that you can do is listen to, good screenwriters. Listen to Aaron Sorkin. Listen to Quentin Tarantino.
Nolan's got some great talks on a lot of like.
I need to watch some of Nolan stuff.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of interviews with Lee Winnell recently. So any screenwriter that you're a fan of, like me, I like Lee Winnell. I like Quentin Tarantino. I watch their interviews. I like Damien Chazelle. I watch his interviews. So just find screenwriters that you like their work. And I'm sure, that's probably a great interview. So just listening to other screenwriters and their process, there's this entire video on how a bunch of these screenwriters outline their scripts. And some of them I find weird. They're just not for me. Some of them I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. I can use that in my own process. So feel free to take what other people do, apply it to your own work. Maybe it's going to work, maybe it won't, but there's no harm in trying. And so, just listen to interviews, listen to other people talk about what they do as their job, and it'll probably help you.
I would say Mission Impossible 4, the whole third act of Mission Impossible 4 was completely thrown out and retooled and turned into something else because McQuarrie came in as a screenwriter to help fix and make that become something different. And watching the behind the scenes of what that looked like is like, it's crazy stressful and it's crazy intense to see what that looks like. And so just looking at the behind the scenes on all of the movies, but specifically with 4 and with 6 is extremely interesting. It gives you a lot of insight into what it actually looks like to see the filmmaking process as a whole.
Yeah.
And that will help you in the writing room because then you can prepare for that as you're writing.
Also, listen to Christopher McQuarrie. He's a great screenwriter. Yeah.
He responded to one of my tweets, and that is still my greatest accomplishment on Twitter. Just because he directed my favorite movie of all time, and that man responded to one of my tweets. That just it's surreal.
That's the best accomplishment of your life.
Yeah, that's it.
That's you've peaked. That is peak Mithy.
I peaked. It's all downhill from here. It's Coda, and then it's all downhill.
It's Coda, Christopher McQuarrie replying, and then everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peak Mithy.
Exactly.
As well as investing in a whiteboard, walking around and writing bullet points on a big board, not a port, is how I write anything.
Dude,
yeah,
Discord messages. Just fucking if you have an idea, send just the Groovy bot a bunch of Discord messages, and then save them later and then turn them into something. That's what I do. That's what I did for Coda.
Yeah.
I sent like a fucking page of Discord messages to the Groovy bot, and the Groovy bot was like, "I don't know what this is. I am a music bot. I don't know what you're talking about." And then I took them and I turned them into a script. So just do that.
I mean, yeah, Discord's a good way to do it. My friend Marcus, I text him a lot about different ideas I have, and he's good to bounce ideas back and forth off of. There's like he actually came up with a Scooby-Doo Saw, what's it called? Like a collab, I guess you could say. The Scooby-Doo gang is trapped in a jigsaw trap, and I'm like, that's a good idea. Yeah. I might write a screenplay out of that. I'll give you story credit.
I know the idea with Scooby-Doo and Jigsaw would be probably you want to make it R-rated. I want to see PG-13 Jigsaw.
That's another good idea. That's another good idea. Because the thing with that is like it's like you can make a PG-13 Jigsaw, but there's also like another layer of fun in just like torturing these cartoon characters. It's
like a sewing kit or something, and he's like, I don't know what's the PG-13 version of a machete.
I don't know. And then there is like I actually talked to him and I was like, this would be cool if I did it as a parody, and then this was the twist at the end. Yeah. So I might actually go through with that as just like a passion project and not make anything of it, just write it.
Do it. Just to quote Brian, who asked this question, just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Also, whiteboards are probably good for storyboarding and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely get a whiteboard if you can. Let's look to Memento for an example and remember ideas. He tattooed everything to his body. Yeah, he's a man of commitment, but
you have no idea, but the entire Coda script is behind this T-shirt.
Everything.
All the spoilers are just like Dan blank.
Don't believe his lies.
It's all on here, and all I need to do is strip for stream, and then you guys get the movie spoiled. That's why
John G? John G is on your chest right now.
Yeah, that's why I don't strip on live stream. Is because of spoilers, not because because of Coda spoilers.
Otherwise, you definitely strip.
Exactly.
I would say exactly.
Dude, the strip clubs know everything.
Why do I not doubt that?
That's gonna get clipped.
Somebody clip that. I saw Christian in here. Christian, clip that, please. Raiden made it before the stream ended. Glad to see you here. Hello. Kirkboy returned. Hello. Brian saying the Moment app and Filmic Pro are solid apps for the phone to unlock the manual settings.
Filmic Pro, dude. I want to get it. I just never did because money.
Is it money? Yeah,
I think so. But it looks awesome, and I have no people who use it, and it's really reliable. So if you do have that, just drop some money on it, and that's a great app.
I might just buy that for now, but yeah, I will look into those. What do you guys think of Who Killed Captain Alex and why is it a masterpiece? So it's a masterpiece because it's an entire story about who killed Captain Alex, and I feel like that's just enough to warrant a masterpiece title. What are your thoughts?
I don't fucking know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I've never seen this movie. I'm just making stuff off the top of my head.
I was like, is this a Twitter meme? Because it's Kurtboy.
No,
and like half
it's a Kurtboy meme. It's a Kurtboy meme.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
but I've never seen the movie. This has to be either a Twitter meme or something I just don't know. And my bets are still on Twitter meme, but we'll see.
Can't stick around, but just wanted to say, hey guys. Well, I'm glad you're here, Christian. I don't know if you're still in here, but hopefully you clipped the.
Also, Christian, by the way, someone clipped this for Christian. Fuck you, you rat bastard piece of shit. Give me your Lego Bugle set right now. I will fucking kill you. I will stab a spike through your heart if you don't ship me your Lego Bugle set right fucking now. You lucky piece of shit bastard. You give it to me. You give it to me right now. You give it to me right fucking now. And now someone take that, and then while I have my mouth covered over this, just dub some other like nice things I'm saying to Christian.
That's make two versions of that, one unfiltered and one filtered.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll keep the unfiltered one for ourselves.
TLDR, Christian, please give me your set. I'm begging you.
Yes, I agree. How long is Coda going to be? Gonna have to check out your content, Film Caffeine. Yes, definitely.
Thanks, man. Yeah, feel free to check it out. I want 1K subs, please. Thank you. I don't know why I'm saying that. Thank you for the comment. Coda is going to be. I'm hedging my bets that it's going to be 30 minutes long, maybe longer.
Okay. That's longer than I expected, to be honest.
The script is 40 pages long, and the film doesn't like the script has. I think I split up the script of 40 pages into 6 acts, just because the Snyder Cut was coming, and I thought that was cool. But then also it works structurally.
Right.
It's just act. It's like the opening is an act, and then there's Act 1, Act 2. And then there's Act 3, which is like the bulk of the film. And then there's Act 4 and Act 5. And for the most part, the opening through Act 3, and then Act 4 and 5 are all intact. And a lot of that retooling stuff that I was talking about, Act 3 went from something that's like this to just something like this, something to this, something to this, and it turned into like a fucking a black hole. And so because of that, I don't exactly know what the length is going to be, but I'm editing scenes right now, and I'm halfway through the assembly cut, and each individual scene is at least 3 minutes long, like each one. And so that's just halfway with like 5 scenes, 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, 30 minutes. My bet is on 30 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less.
Sweet. All right. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting 30 minutes, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's a big boy. It's a big boy. Yeah, it's gonna be. I will say this, even though I'm not done with it yet. It is gonna be my magnum opus. It is gonna be the thing that I want to. This is my Film Caffeine thing, and that's gonna be this.
Have you like officially announced? Like, does everybody know how like the cinematic universe is like chronologically ordered?
Not everyone knows.
Okay.
The ending will be satisfying for Film Caffeine fans. Anyone who is a fan of the channel and is a fan of what I've been doing for the past 6 months or even a year on the channel will be happy with the way it ends. And I will say, based on the way the universe works, and I will make this an official announcement for your live stream, CV. I am maybe going to make a supercut of a bunch of stuff and then release it towards the end of the year with everything.
All right.
Maybe it's not going to be new content. It's going to be it's Coda, and then it's going to be everything else that works with Coda. And that supercut will be, especially with the ending for Coda, you will see things that come to. There are things that work with the ending that work with a lot of the other films. And I can't wait to see what people think of the ending. I want like a lot of like kind of things at the ending, and I think I'm gonna get a couple of them. Not all, and not everyone's gonna do that. Some people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" But then some people will be like, "This is a Leonardo DiCaprio meme." I'm gonna get a little bit of the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know,
Batman's gonna be in the end. Batman is gonna be in the ending.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Automatic masterpiece.
Yep.
But I think I remember you told me how it's structured. I may have forgotten, but
I'll tell you.
I know.
Tell you after stream.
Okay.
It's interesting. I think it's the coolest thing I've done with these.
Yeah, I am liking it. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
But so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to reveal the sequel title to Ring. There's no anticipation for this. Nobody cares, but I was still going to do it.
Hey. I care.
Okay.
I don't even know what this is. So.
All right. So, Ring, and now we're approaching the sequel, and the title is Ring 2. There you go.
Holy shit!
I'm kidding. Nobody leave. I'm kidding. Nobody leave the stream.
You debated me. You bitch.
I debated you.
Okay.
Okay. I repeat, this is not a joke. The following title is not a joke.
Okay.
Ring 2 is officially called Ring 2 Electric Boogaloo. This is the official title. This is real. This is real, by the way. There's no other banner here.
Okay, so my walking bit was real.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Oh, go boy! It's actually called.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's actually.
It's
called
actually.
Ring. That is.
It's actually called Ring to Electric Boogaloo. Yes, this is the official title. This is officially what it's called.
Okay, I'm more hyped for this than anything now. Holy shit!
I knew exactly what reaction this would get, and I knew this is exactly what it would be.
I can't wait for the film to be released and two to get sued. It's gonna be awesome to watch it happen.
Can I actually get sued for this?
I don't think so. I think you'll be
probably not.
Yeah.
I may just add an extra O. I may just add an extra O just to be like, hey, this is a different title. Boogaloo.
Yeah. Claps in the chat. Claps in the chat.
I appreciate that. That's
awesome. That's awesome. I
can't wait. Yeah, this is my artistic vision being preserved. this is what's happening right now.
Yeah. Full realization.
I'm going to announce this on Twitter soon. This is the official title. This is not a joke. Ring to Electric Boogaloo coming to YouTube near you, June 2021. Yes.
Shit. Sooner release than me, damn.
But
yeah, no, I can't wait. This is your cereal had a meme to it. The Ring had a meme to it, and Ring 2 is a meme. And it's going to be more than a meme because it's a film. But
it's an actual film, yeah.
I can't because clearly by the title, I will say with my speculatory emergency awesome eyes that you're clearly going deeper down into the lore of the Ring, and
maybe I am, maybe I am not. Who knows? I can't really say.
It's Batman, right? It's Batman.
It's Batman. Yeah, Batman is in the movie.
Yeah.
See,
my hype went down a little bit, but.
See, nobody knows this, and I'm saying this just for the stream. My Ring universe is a prequel to the Justice League. It's as simple as that. That's how it works.
I'm not going to react to that because I don't know how to react to that.
It's Ring.
Like, okay, you know the fucking the rewind tape sound was like, whoa. Yeah, that's what I got.
It's rewind time. Ring and Ring 2 Electric Boogaloo are canon to the. I don't know if I should make it. I'm not going to.
You're not going to.
I was going to say New 52. I was going to say New 52. Then I was like, no.
Okay.
Then I was like, no.
For a second, I was thinking the movies. I was like, Joss or Zach? Huh?
It's not neither of the movies. It is. No.
I will say, if you make it canon to Justice League, props to you.
I'll sit on that. I'll sleep on that. Okay. I might make it canon. I don't know. Yeah. But yes, hope you enjoyed the title reveal that everybody wants to see.
Title. That is an
Ring
awesome
to Electric
title.
Boogaloo.
Yeah.
All right, back to the questions. Where were we?
Fucking his thing about me stripping.
Oh right. Nifty on the strips for the Discord.
Ryan, come on, that was a special moment between us. Don't leak it. I want to think one day if I become a big YouTuber and my mom just stumbles upon this shit. What are you doing? That's the conversation is gonna be. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" I just had this self-realization moment, like all at once, and I was like,
what did my parents saw this?
Yeah.
Should I be saying this stuff? What if colleges look at this?
Yeah. I can't wait to. I haven't shown my parents a lot of Film Caffeine stuff. They know that I do stuff, but they don't care because, I'm a programmer. That's my job. But I will show them Coda, and I told my dad some stuff about Coda, and he was like, "Oh." So I'm excited to show my parents about it. Yeah,
I've shown Serial and Ring to my parents. Ring was a little. The initial reaction I got is that it's a little confusing. It's a little confusing. So I kind of reworked it a little bit just to make it seem more clear. I think that the one, I don't know if I should spoil it. The one thing that I changed was the part after I get knocked out by the blast. There's a shot of me when I'm sitting on the ground. There's like a far away shot and then that comes back into play later on. So it kind of ties together. So yeah, I changed that a little bit just to make it easier to understand. But I think most people got it. I don't think it was really confusing.
I understood it. I will say I think I made this comparison earlier. I feel like similar to me. Not exactly, because of course we have different filmmaking styles in general. But I feel like to me, your serial was kind of like my deal, and then your Ring was kind of like my Payback, where you took your time with the pacing and you took your time with the cinematography. And some people will praise it for that, and some people will put it down for that, where it's like, oh, it drags on for too long. But it's like, yeah, it does, but that's kind of the point, right? It's to drag on at those elements. And I feel like that's the thing is, although I feel like at least for me, I don't know how it is exactly for you because I haven't pondered about it too much. For me, the deal is the thing that I show to people because I'm like, you want to just watch something, watch the deal because it's a concise little thing that you can just watch on its own. And then Payback is the thing that expands on it. You got the extended. And when I make that supercut thing, I will be able to mess with that more and it'll make more sense. The extended pacing of Payback. It was similar with you, where it's like with the Ring, it's extendedly paced. So to watch in a first sitting is like, oh, this is kind of long. But then watching it in sequence with the other films, it has more grounds to it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I totally. It's just Serial is like, it's just like a weird thing. It's just on its own. I was like, should I make a Serial sequel? And I was like, nah, let's just make it its own thing. Yeah. So that's like this own thing that if I want to show to somebody, I'll probably show them that because it's just like, it's like one big joke at the end of the day. It's all to pay off a punchline, basically. So that's like, it's like 3 minutes long, so you can easily watch it. Ring is more so, I got some responses saying, the first minute didn't really go anywhere, and I'm like, yeah, what I was going for that is like setting up the locations, establishing where we are, but I may have gotten a little carried away with it, but I agree. I know where you're coming from, but it's more so about
because
the
thing
story.
Is the trade-off with that is focusing on those camera movements and focusing on those
exactly, shots.
And stuff like that, like with Kill, right? Because Kill isn't really part of the deal or Payback or any of those. Kill is its own just thing that we did to demo test, right?
Yeah.
Because Kill was honestly Kill was more of a test for the deal, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And we're just testing stuff to see if we can handle something bigger. And then Kill is its own like prototype thing that I love on its own. But working on the deal, because this universe was the deal, it was Payback, it's the Ebenezer little short thing that I did, and then now it's Coda, and that is this chunk of this story. And that to me is separate from Kill, but then I still look back on Kill and I enjoy it, and I feel like it's going to be mildly similar with you as well.
Yeah, I think Ring. The thing with Ring is like it's setting up. I feel like it was kind of obvious that it's going towards something more, because like the entire thing can't just be he's running and then it's over, right? It was always gonna go towards more. And if you know the ending, there's like you could end it where I ended it. You could theoretically do that, but I feel like it's just better to go on because then you get the full story.
There are movies that end with much more unsatisfying.
Yeah,
I will tell you that. So it is a good part where you can, and that's the best way to end stories. Which is why even, I mean, when I was working on the deal, Payback, and Coda is a more definitive ending, but when I was working on the deal, Payback, I was like, the deal could just be it, and I don't know that, but it could. And Payback just could have been it. We could have not done Coda, and that was a very real possibility.
I thought that was the case. I went into Payback thinking is the end.
Yeah, that's and I feel like I kind of did market it a bit that way, because when I was marketing it in January, that's when I moved, and I was like, I don't know if we are going to do Coda. And then opportunities came up where I came back to this place that I'm in. I'm in Iowa, the middle of I'm in Des Moines right now, and the place that I was shooting most of the stuff was in Ames. So then a lot of the time it was like we were driving back and forth. It's like a 1 hour drive, but I don't have a car. So I was like, am I gonna be able to film all this stuff? And then opportunities arise, and I was like, oh wait, no, I can do this. And then I put my eggs in all that basket. But that was the same case where it's like, I mean, filmmakers do that too, right? Like actual filmmakers, they end their movies because you don't like Spider-Man 1 could have been that was it, and that's a good place to end that film. Spider-Man 2 could have been that's it if that didn't work out well, and they could end there. And then Spider-Man 3, it ended similarly in a place where it's like, yeah, they're not going to make any more. So let's end it in a good enough place with these characters.
I mean, that's what happened with like A New Hope. Like A New Hope was just its own thing. Then they just continued it. Same thing with Saw 1. It was never meant to have sequels, but it was like really successful.
And I think a lot of and it's funny because when looking at franchises as a whole, a lot of the ones that think they're going to have sequels end up not having sequels. You know, the Pacific Rim movies probably did some setup for that, and then never had anything come up after the second one, or whatchamacallit, the Dark Universe. Remember where the mummy just threw a bunch of stuff at the wall, and then none of it really went anywhere. You know, and I mean, even like Army of the Dead is supposed to have a bunch of spin-off stuff, but I don't know if it 100% will, because I mean, the animated series was ordered, but a sequel wasn't ordered yet. And so it's like, you know, when you do that, it gets messy when you have anticipation for a sequel. Or, I mean, the biggest example, just to get clicks out of Twitter, Snyder Cut. It set up all this shit. Is it going to set a sequel?
Probably not. I don't know. Like it might.
Who knows? And so that's the thing is when you're anticipating those sequels, it's hard to create that more cohesive story because you always set up to have stuff later on. But when you are making something that is one after one after one after one, I think you have that more semblance of each one can stand on its own. And then the challenge, honestly, and the challenge for me with Coda was I ended some of the story in Payback, right? I ended some of the story with the deal. What do I do from here that is of a seismic importance? And that's the challenge of it, but that's also the fun in making something that fulfills that.
Yeah. I think with Ring, I always knew there would be more than one. So I kind of plotted out the story like that. Like I knew if I, like I was saying, you could end with Ring, but I don't want it to end there. there's so like I created more stuff, and I want to dive into that. So Ring could be the end, but it's not the end. There's Ring 2 Electric Boogaloo coming soon. So I agree. It's just it's fun to like see like you could end it somewhere like. The thing I was brainstorming serial sequel maybe, and it was like really hard. Like at one point I was like, what if I make it so that he was actually some secret agent and he's actually like kills people or something? I don't know. It's like,
dude, you're
what
ripping
can I
off
do?
me too much. Everyone in my thing is a secret agent. Don't rip off me.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. It's just like you have to find ways to creatively take characters in a new direction, and that's always like the deal with sequels. You've ended the story. How do you go on from there? So that's a struggle. That's a task, but it pays off. So yeah. Kurt Boy was talking about what was it called? Who killed Captain Alex? It's a real movie, real funny movie. Nice. I might check it out. Clip only you give it to me right now. Yes, just clip the part where he said you give it to me right now, Christian. Just that part.
Just only that. Don't keep any of the lewd language that I hid behind my high top thing. Doesn't high top do this sometimes, where he like hides behind this thing? I've seen him do that on live streams. But
don't clip any of that stuff. Definitely do that. What are your guys' favorite video games?
Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that right now. I just wanted to say that to cause a fight. I
like Arkham Knight a lot.
Here's the thing. My hot take. I know this is favorite video games. I played Arkham City while I was working on the script for Coda. I don't like scripting that much. I enjoyed writing my script more than I enjoyed playing Arkham City. I know that's a hot take. Arkham City is one of the best game of all time, according to some people. Arkham Knight is better.
Arkham Knight is better. I would agree.
Arkham Knight is better, and arguably, Arkham Asylum is better sometimes. And
I will say, my favorite is Arkham Asylum, and then second place is Arkham Knight.
Okay. I haven't played enough of Origins. I think Arkham Origins might also be better. Do you know what that leaves Arkham City at?
Last place.
So I'm going to get a bunch of hate. And to all the haters, let me just say, Coda is streaming August 1 coming soon.
Good shameless plug. I love it.
Yeah. I will say with Arkham City, the thing with me is I think I just was ruined by Arkham Knight. Where I was it's like a ruined child, right? You get all the toys, and then one day you don't get all the toys, you're gonna get pissed off. And I think that's literally what it was for Arkham City. Whereas like one, I was playing on mouse and keyboard, which I think it's better to play lots of those games on console. And then two, because I played Arkham Knight on PS4, and for me, the PS4 experience, just as a controller, is so much better for me than the Xbox experience because I like the symmetry of it. I enjoy the symmetry. I grew up with the symmetry, and I enjoy that. And so playing Arkham Knight was just the reason I got a fucking bad grade in one of my classes because I played way too much Arkham Knight. But then going to Arkham City, it's PC and keyboard, so it's a little bit weird. You don't get everything, so it's a little bit weird. I just unlocked. After I played the main story, I was kind of just done with it. And I was like, I don't want to do everything else in this game. I did unlock the grapple boost, and it's fun to hang around with the grapple boost. But all that fun is like just better in Arkham Knight for me, you know? So like, yes, I think the story in some ways is stronger in Arkham City. But I still enjoy the story of Arkham Knight, albeit a few minor problems here and there. And so I find that to be a more enjoyable game. And I have a video on it that on the Disruptor and stuff. Go watch it if you haven't.
I think the main thing that people don't like about Arkham Knight is tank. It's the tank, I guess.
And I understand that. And there are very easy ways I think they could have fixed that, but they just didn't. But that to me, it feels like it's not as inconsequential to me, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
I would say Knight is probably second place. I think I flop back and forth between Asylum and Origins. But I like all the games. games. So
yeah. I mean, they're talking about favorite video games, so I guess.
I don't know how we got into that.
That's my fault mainly, but I would say Arkham Knight, Lego Batman's, Skyrim now. For me, it's Arkham Knight, Lego Batman, and Skyrim. If you ask me to choose between the Lego Batmans,
I would say two personally.
Sometimes it's two. A lot of my enjoyment of two. I played Arkham Knight and I was like, oh my god, this is so much better. Because I was like, this is an actual game as opposed to Lego Batman 2, which was a game, but that open world is just the gimmick of it, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I think I love some of the level design a little bit more in Lego Batman 1, but then I enjoy the open world experience of Lego Batman 2. So it's hard to pick, but sometimes I levitate back and forth.
I really liked Lego Marvel Superheroes, the first one. I played the Ben 10 Omniverse games a lot. Right now, I'm leaning towards Spider-Man PS4 just because I like it so much, just the story. But I don't really have that many favorite video games. Yeah, I don't really have that many favorite video games. Among Us is number one.
Yeah, Among Us 1. I got Among Us for free on the Epic Game Store thing.
Oh, sweet.
Which sucks because the game is dead, but
it lives on in my heart.
A Nightcast Among Us stream?
Maybe.
We could actually do that. We have 8 people. We could do that.
So. We could do that, yeah. But yeah. Have either of you seen A Quiet Place 2 yet? Just got from seeing it in theaters, and I loved it. I have not seen it yet. Have you?
I haven't, and I didn't. I meant not to because I didn't really care. But I've heard a lot of good things, like a lot of good things. So I've been thinking about maybe going to see it or something.
I want to see it in theaters. I want to see it in theaters because I saw the first one on Blu-ray at home, and I liked it. But it feels like it's a movie for the theaters.
It's a sound. It's a sound experience, and you need to see that in the Dolby Digital sound.
You need to see it in the theater.
I also watched it at home, and I want to go see it in the theater. Maybe this weekend or something. If we go back for a second unit filming or something, we're free. We'll pop in and check it out.
Yeah, I'll probably be checking it out soon. We had some Ring reactions. Rings. No way, Ring 2. Let's go. Yeah. That was a joke title. I debated you.
Yeah, you got
awesome title. Boogaloo. That might be the title. Claps. Yes.
Claps. Yep.
Yes. Claps. Make sure not to drop the ring in the studio. I'll try not to. All that for a drop of clout.
That's good.
Once Ben Affleck was gone from the DCU, CertainVids took him for Ring 2. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you took Ben Affleck, I took Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's what happened. Exactly what happened. Looking forward to making a poster for Electric Boogaloo. Will be a masterful poster. If you don't know, yeah, go ahead.
Is he making the poster for Electric Boogaloo? Or
he made the poster for Serial, which is on Letterboxd, and he made the poster for Ring, which I'm trying to get on Letterboxd. It's not working for some reason. But he made both posters, so he's like an honorary poster. guy.
I know it's too soon, but I do have to set up all the IMDb and Letterboxd stuff for Coda, because I've told some people this, but I want to do a thing with Coda where, like the week or 2 weeks before, I want to set up a premiere thing with a bunch of like Twitter people and Nightcast people and stuff, to like premiere the film with you guys, and then maybe do a thing where you guys give like Letterboxd reviews or IMDb reviews or something.
Yeah.
And I'll let people know on Twitter, and I'll let other people know how I want that to go according to plan. But I do need to set up Letterboxd stuff. I haven't done that for any of the other films, and I should, but I never cared to. But I should. I'll do that soon. I will say for the Electric Boogaloo poster, whoever is doing it, change the O's to rings.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. Hey, Josh,
Yeah.
do that. Do that. I'll get some clips to you once I start filming.
Okay. Yes, I want to see it. I want to see.
I want the poster to come out before the movie, because right now what's been happening is he made the serial poster. It's just for fun. Like a week or two after it came out, he asked me about the Ring poster before it was about to come out, and I was like, just wait until it comes out. I would say, this one I want to hype it up.
Do the promo. Yeah.
Do the promo. So yeah, let's do that. Gavin's in here. Hey, what's going on? Let me put this out there right now. The amount of Cruella slander I'm seeing on the Bird app is unacceptable. From what I've heard,
it's not bad.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
The way they make you connect with her is that Dalmatians killed her mother.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I heard from people that it was actually enjoyable, and that made me confused, because everything I've seen of that movie makes me not want to see that movie, but then everyone is seeing it and they're like, oh, it's and I'm like, so if it's on Disney Plus for free, I'll check it out, but I don't think it is yet. So
yeah, the only reason I'll watch it is because of Emma Stone. That's the only reason I'll watch it. That's the only reason.
In a red wig, she looks like a decent MJ, but they won't do that.
Yeah,
multiverse. Yeah.
I don't know.
We haven't taken a moment in this, and we're behind on comments, so we shouldn't take too long. But the Spider-Man No Way Home shit, man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna go off for a second, just for give me just 2 minutes.
Saw you.
Okay. Twitter. Listen, buddy. Listen. I know you're coding, right? Listen.
Somebody clip this, by the way.
I know you're coding. I know what it feels like. You want to have a movie out, and you want to see that trailer so badly that you hear something and you go, oh, that's happening, right? Listen, man, I'm sorry, Twitter. I don't think it's happening. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry, but I don't think Willem Dafoe is coming back as Green Goblin. I just don't. I'm sorry. And I mean, yeah, Alfred Molina's coming back, but is he gonna play Doc Ock, or you watch WandaVision? You saw what they did to you. You see what they did to your boy. Do you really think they're going to do that again? I don't know, man. You know what you should do in the meantime? And take Kurt Boyd's advice. Go read All-Star Batman and Robin before the best comic of all time.
Definitely. I thought you were going to say stream code August 27th. That's what I thought. Both work.
Let's be honest.
Both work.
But yeah, TLDR, I don't know. I see the rumors and I see the validity of someone from Collider saying that, but they are press people. This is all part of the press. I refuse to believe that something of this monumental importance would happening and they wouldn't advertise it 6 months before the movie comes out. That doesn't make sense to me. So either they announce this late and they'll delay the movie by a bit, or they don't do any of this and they still put out the movie and it gets negative reviews, or I'm a buffoon and that entire bit I did was stupid and all of this is happening anyways. So
I know Emma Stone said she's not in it, but the way she phrased it was really weird. She's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say something, but I'm not in it. Okay. Yeah. That was really weird. I know Andrew Garfield, he was just lying straight through his teeth. I can see it. He's a good actor. He fooled some people.
I know. I don't know.
I mean, his analogy was so weird. It's like, it feels like he's playing the werewolf, but it's like, when you're the werewolf, you're not supposed to say you're the werewolf. You're supposed to say I'm not the werewolf. So it's like, okay.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I think on one side, it's because I love analyzing the marketing behind filmmaking, right? And all of this stuff. Because that to me sometimes is as important of a process as the act, because you need people to watch the films, right? And so to me, that process means a lot, and that's important. That's why I'm loving doing Coda stuff, because there is promotion that I get to do, and there are things that I've learned in marketing that you can apply here. This is either genius marketing or dog shit marketing. If it's all true, it's kind of genius, because you get this fan base riled up so hard, and then when you announce it, the people who don't give a fuck about it see it and they're like, oh, whoa, that's crazy, and then they go watch this thing, right? And the people who do care are like, oh, see, we were right, and then the discourse just keeps continuing. So you build up that pressure, and then you only announce it later. If it's all false, the movie,
this is terrible.
If you have the marketing, and it's not even that the movie could be really good on its own merits. The movie could be the best Spider-Man movie of all time. But the fact that you're allowing this marketing to continue the way that it is without shutting it down means that you will get the tickets, you will get the sales, you will get the people coming to go see this movie because of just curiosity and to see if there is some hidden thing. The same way in WandaVision, they came and saw, and they came to see if there was some hidden thing. But at the end of the day, you are going to get the disappointing reaction from fans. And you are going to, not even from fans, from people who are just following this in general. And so I think, I'd like to think there are people who are at least mildly smart in the Sony marketing division, which it's hard to think some days, but maybe they gotta have gone to college for marketing.
Yeah.
To understand that this has negative effects if you don't treat it the right way. And so I honestly, I'm back and forth, because on a movie merit, I do want a solo, just single movie of Spider-Man fighting, and I don't want to see too much multiverse stuff.
Yep.
But I am afraid of what it does to the larger scheme of what marketing for these MCU movies, specifically Spider-Man movies, does in general. So that's my intellectual take. But please be free to clip the solo little rant I did and put that on Twitter.
I would say I don't know if it's the best thing they can do. What I would personally like is if they don't show it in the best marketing decision would be to show it in the trailers. Get everything out of the way, all the rumors out of the way, just confirm it. I feel like they will. I feel like they will show it. I feel like that's going to be the money shot. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the money shot.
That's what's going to get people in the theater. Is if you're either market it and everyone talks about it, or you don't market it and no one talks about it. You know, I don't understand the middle ground between there where you're actually successful. Every middle ground situation between there doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't connect with me. Something in this is really fishy, and either Sony knows exactly what they're doing, or they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's nothing in between. Yeah. I will say also, Brian's got to head out. Thanks for hanging out, Brian. It really means a lot. I will catch you soon, buddy.
Thanks for checking out my channel. I'll check you out as well. Always glad to meet new people in the space, but it was nice to have you here, man.
Brian's cool. He's got a great video on Batman Super Heavy. You should all go check it out.
I will check that out. But yeah, as far as No Way Home goes, I think if this is not happening, if it's not multiverse, this is the worst marketing ever, because they're not shutting it down. They're not saying this isn't happening. Maybe they are, and we're just not buying it. But I feel like if they are in the movie, you have to market it, because that's going to get people into theaters.
It's gone too far. It has gone too far to the point where you can't. If it did not go this far, then I could say you could get away with it. But
it went way too far. Deal.
It has gone too far, and I feel like if you are a marketing major, you should have known that this was going to happen. How could you not know that these are you don't even need to be a Spider-Man fan. You just need to study what Twitter analytics look like. The moment discussion for the Raimi films happen, it's always in contrast to the MCU films. The moment people talk about an MCU, they always contrast them to the Raimi films. There is always this debate, one versus the other, this versus that, this versus that. Do you like Toby or do you like Tom? Do you like Toby or Tom? That was the biggest core of Spider-Man debate, not just in Spider-Man Twitter, but in all of Twitter and all of
Spider-Man fandom.
Oh, you like Spider-Man? Which one do you like, the Tom movies or the Toby movies? Normal people were talking about it. Fans were talking about it. And the moment you have this theory that Tobey Maguire is going to be back in a Spider-Man movie, you have to know the importance of what that means from a marketing perspective.
That's a bomb.
In the larger scheme of thing, it's just a movie.
You dropped a bomb.
In the larger scheme of thing, I don't care about this shit, right? Because it's just marketing. Movie is what matters. But it matters for attention, it matters for views, and it matters for what public reception for these movies are going to look like. Because sadly, movies and their public reception, The Last of Us is a movie, but biggest example of this, it doesn't matter what the actual content of what it is looks like anymore in terms of reviews. It matters the discussion around the content. You know, some people don't like I don't love Far From Home, right? I feel like it really has a lot of merits, dismerits, right? But some people hate Far From Home because it's the Iron Man stuff. I don't think Far From Home sucks only because of the Iron Man stuff. If you say Far From Home sucks because of just the Iron Man stuff, that seems like a naive take to me. There is more to what fails with Far From Home than just Iron Man stuff, you know? But what
I wouldn't even consider the Iron Man stuff an issue. I just think it's like as a film, it just doesn't.
The moment where he talks to Happy works really well. But that's a good moment. But then what drives the discussion for this film? The Iron Man stuff. That's what drives the rating. That's what drives the views, and that's what drives the public performance of this film. You know, and so I think that's what Sony needs to worry about. Is from here, right now. There's nothing they can do about what they've done. Right now, what matters is how are they going to actually? Because right now they're non-marketing. That's what they're doing. They're doing the thing where you don't market the thing to hype up the anticipation. That's what they're doing. And right now, the question is, what are you going to do when you're no longer allowed to non-market? And it's interesting. This is really fascinating to me.
That's coming up. That's coming up in June.
Yeah, and it's like, will they release a trailer on his birthday? That makes sense, but what does that mean in terms of once they release that trailer, right? If it has multiverse stuff, that will be the discussion. They will ride that wave till the end, and that will be the focus of what hype for this movie looks like. If they don't, they're still playing the non-marketing game.
Yeah.
They're going to still be playing. If they don't put multiverse stuff in the trailer, and they don't say anything about not putting multiverse stuff in the trailer, they will still be playing that game, which makes me feel like either they've got big ass balls or they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So we'll find out.
Maybe both. Is it too much to ask for both?
It's a black hole down there. That's what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
I will say I
nice
tweeted this earlier, but literally, if all the Green Goblin stuff it's just a Daily Bugle set. The entire movie is just a Daily Bugle set.
I saw that.
It's Daredevil, it's Sandman, it's Aunt May, it's Gwen Stacy, it's Green Goblin, it's Doc Ock, it's Gwenpool, I guess. Miles Morales is kind of just in there. Mysterio's in there. Firestar is back. Who the fuck knows who Firestar is? The old Amazing Friends cartoon. It's just the set. It's literally just the set. Jameson's in there too. It's like it's just the set.
It's just the set.
I think that's kind of funny because like if it's not, and they release that set at the same time that they're like announcing multiverse stuff, they're trolling so hard, and it's I don't know. We're going on for this for a long time. You're behind in the comments, but it's fascinating to me. The marketing behind this movie is the most interesting thing to happen in the marketing sphere in a long time.
I would agree. By the way, guys, we are getting close to the Coda exclusive look, so
you are getting close. Yes, don't go anywhere. I will be doing that soon. I will be spoiling all of Coda in this exclusive clip. You will find out who lives, who dies, who is Schrodinger's cat. There is a character at the end of this movie that just turns into the Schrodinger's cat, so I don't have to do anything. So he's dead or alive. He's just he just turns into a cat. He's just a cat, and then he goes in the box, and then you're like, oh, where'd he go? And the actual joke is that he's Batman. So.
Yes. Everybody's Batman.
Yeah.
Let's see. Universal Studios sees your short film, thinks about hiring you guys for a project, then sees the stream. Yeah. I definitely would not want that.
Yeah, that's... Sometimes, do you ever worry about like if Twitter is going to hurt your chances of getting a job?
Probably not, because I don't think I'll tell my job that I have this channel. But
because it's like I want to work in a programming thing, and I want to work in if I want to work in a data mining position, or if I want to work in a data analytics position, Amazon's the place to go. I work with AWS products. I work with a lot of technology that Amazon provides, and then also I shit on them for buying MGN. So I don't know. Does that hurt it? Does people do that all the time? I don't put it on my resume. It's not like a big thing. So
yeah, right.
I have no idea. I'm not saying anything overly offensive. You know, I don't hurt people.
Yeah.
I think that's as long as you don't hurt people, I think you're fine.
Yeah, because I feel like if I do eventually have to say, hey, I have this channel, or if I have this Twitter, I've kind of moved away from, cursing as much as I used to on there. I've moved away from arguments. I still like make fun of people who are like really stupid, but I've kind of leaned away from just constant arguing or cursing, stuff like that.
I say fucking shit in my things, and sorry if I say fucking shit too much.
It's
But
fine.
I try to minimize it a bit in the videos, because
Yeah,
it's like
I
the
rarely
videos
curse
are,
in videos.
because I used to do it a bit because I was just like kind of being sporadic, but I've toned it down with the videos because those are things I wanted to show to everyone. But with broadcast, it's like I do it so much already that unless someone tells me to turn it off, I rarely ever do.
Yeah, and I was thinking about like just being edgy and having curse words in my screenplays, and I was like, I don't know about that. I don't want to do that. So I'll rarely use offensive language in my dialogue or stuff like that. So yeah, but definitely don't watch the stream, Universal. I thought the pacing for Ring was really good. It's important to sub the world, especially without dialogue. Yeah, both Serial and Ring have been one line of dialogue for each film.
And what's the best part about having only one line of dialogue? So you only have to worry about audio one time.
That's true.
I am telling you right now, the worst part of editing is managing that audio. Like, honestly, I'm fine editing color stuff. I'm fine messing with all that. Audio sucks ass. I hate it so much. But it's part of it, It's part of it, but, the thing I do, for anyone asking for audio stuff, what I always do is, because I record with something like this, and then I record with something like the Rode mic, or if I record like a Zoom H1N, and I just, we press on, audio, video, someone does a snap in front of the camera like this, you state the number of the recording. That is very important. Always remember to do that. You state the number after you do the snap of the recording that you're having on your other device, and action, and then you just keep rolling. You just keep rolling as much as you can. You cut, and then every time repeat that process. That is the biggest time saver that you can do with filming, because otherwise, if you don't do that, you know what happens if you have two separate things. You got to find the video, you got to find the audio, whatever the audio looks like, and then you got to match them up separately. And it's hard to match that up. So the biggest tip I can give in terms of when you're doing like some filmmaking thing is video, audio, snap for the sound, and then say the name that's on the recorder. Yeah. If you're going to take anything from this night, if you're doing into filmmaking, that's the biggest thing I can highlight. That's the biggest time.
This is just like a beginner's filmmaker 101 course that we're doing.
Even if you're doing it on your phone and stuff, just always make sure you have a way to match it up as easily as you can. Yeah.
Let's see here. Where was I? I skipped a bunch. My favorite is Asylum, but the best is Arkham Knight. I would say maybe Knight is the best. My favorite is probably either Asylum or Origins, personally.
To me, Knight is the best and my favorite, I think.
Do you collect Lego sets? I collect them second to movies. I don't collect Lego sets. I don't, personally.
I will say, Doctor, you know what I did? I don't collect Lego sets, but I showed Hassan this, and it was he was absolutely terrified. So I'm going to show you guys this to give you nightmares. I made this out of a minifigure. I just took a piece of tape, and then I made like it's not even supposed to look this grotesque. I did it on receipt paper, so the ink like just kind of seeped and like made this blurred effect, and now it's just Heath Ledger's Joker, and I markered on him, and it's like the creepiest thing that you'll ever see, and I'm giving you all nightmares.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to kind of go a little quickly through the rest of the ones. Noted, I'll put the rings for O's. Yes.
Also, the Google Drawings thing, I will continue using Google Drawings till the day I die. Sorry.
Noted. All-Star Batman gear, then No Way Home. Perhaps. Just DM the Ring poster to film Caffeine on Instagram. I'm sure he will check that out.
Get it yet? Oh, on Instagram? I'll check it out later.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, we saw
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Thanks for sticking around, Brian.
I love you too,
love
Brian.
you,
I'll
buddy.
clip it and send it to you.
Yes, we love you. Loving the Daily Bugle said, but we shall see if I get it. I might get it. I probably won't, but I want to. I don't know.
I really want to.
Hashtag Codaverse.
Once
Yes.
Coda comes out, I might actually call it the Codaverse because I was thinking of verse names for it, and Dealverse does not sound right. Payverse, or that doesn't sound right.
Payverse.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It's like PayPal. I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
reminded of PayPal.
Yeah, and so Codaverse sounds as there's some kind of ring to it. I call it. I mean, I wanted to call it the Dan Compendium, just because I was into Invincible and I was like compendiums, but it's not big as a compendium, but. It's the story of all those things are revolved around Dan, right? He's the highlight. So I thought of calling it the Dan Compendium, but
I was thinking Dan Cinematic Universe, the DCU.
The DCU, yeah. I get to keep because they never used it, right? So I get to keep it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't call it the DCU, but you know.
DC Extended Universe.
Yeah, you know.
We're fancy that way.
Yeah.
Naughty word.
Naughty birds, get out of here.
Film Caffeine, what is your favorite story from Scott Snyder's Batman run?
Probably Court of Owls. Court of Owls and then the City of Owls or whatever, the two parts to both of those. I just enjoy both of those as one whole thing. And I love that as a whole.
Yeah, I would agree. Court of Owls. I got a clapboard from Amazon, so I'll be able to make the process easy for my film. Good on you, man. And definitely maybe think about getting a notebook. It helps too, but yes, good clapboard.
Clapboards are great. We use clapboards only for 1 or 2 days, but it was useful every time, and Dalen loved messing with the thing, and I also loved messing with the thing. So yeah,
I do like those. But we're caught up with the questions, so now it's time for the Codex exclusive look.
Are you guys ready to watch this? I think the audio is kind of weird, but I'm working on fixing it. This is not the final version of it, but it will give you a tease for some of the performances in this film. Yeah.
Oscar worthy. By the way,
not quite.
Not quite. Not there yet.
No. Well, I mean, I will say with this sneak peek, you'll get a look. I'll say right now, just to give you guys a little bit of description. With this sneak peek, you'll guys get a look at the character that Juan plays. And his character is interesting. It's different. Juan was in one of the previous films. He was in Kill,
right? Yeah.
He was in Kill, but this is different from that. So this is him playing a different character, and this is him. I love working with Juan. I will say this right now, and he can watch this. He's awesome at taking the material that I give him and going, all right, I got this. Let me roll with this, and then bounced off his own character. And I think more than a lot of other characters, this scene that we're filming now was originally intended for a different character, and then with a lot of tussles and back around here and there, I fit it for Juan, and it really worked really well, I think. And it's one of my favorite little snippets of something, and I hope you guys enjoy. All
right. Fun fact: I have not seen it either, so this is my first reaction as well.
Nice. Awesome.
One comment.
Any
name you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Spunk.
Yeah.
All right. Coda. Sneak peek, exclusive look, only for the CertainVids channel and anybody else who decides to visit this public stream.
The paparazzi of
in 3, 2, no, not Siri. 3, 2, 1, now.
Hello? What do you mean he's escaped? And why did I hire you, Hassan? And why did I hire your brother? And what happened to your brother? No. You, listen, I hired you to track him and to find him and take him out, all right? You're not gonna call me, contact me, or see me till you've done so. Or so help me God, you're going to wish to be your brother. All right? You got that?
So I guess you're not that useless, are you?
All right.
There you go. Yeah,
That was some damn good filmmaking.
Yeah, I love Juan, man. He is able to take like the garbage that I write for him and then turn it into something else. So and
I
yeah,
love
the prick is
I
back.
love the
if you
Hassan
guys-
cameo.
Yeah,
I
if
love
you
the
didn't
Hassan
know,
cameo.
yeah, the Hassan. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
there's a character called Hassan, and you will see. I might put him in another sneak peek. I'm leaving him a lot of him for the movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, that scene was awesome to film. That was one of the. That's what we filmed on. I think we filmed that second day of shooting. Um, so it was kind of intense, but we got it. We pulled it off, and it was fun. And I guess if I put a thing about it on Twitter a long time ago, but yeah, the prick is back, baby.
Yeah.
I get to do some dumb shit. That's like the only reason I haven't cut my hair is because like I don't want to cut my hair and then have like a weird short hair in a couple of scenes. And just in case for reshoots, I don't want to do that. So, but yeah, the prick is back, bitches, and he's gonna fuck your mom. I don't know. That's we had this
What's the prick gonna do, by the way? I don't know.
I don't. We had a joke on set that like, oh fuck, my chair. we had a joke on set that the prick is known for going around and fucking everyone's moms. I don't know why. I don't know why. I was like, yeah, I'm the prick, and I'm gonna fuck your mom in the ass. And I just go around and like we just say that to each other, and I don't know why we did. It was the stupidest bit, but you know,
this is terrible timing. We're looking forward to it.
That's perfect timing. That's perfect.
Very poor choice of words.
But yeah, it was fun filming that scene. That was a good day.
But yeah, there's your look. I will say that looks very exciting. That was
Thank you.
From what I saw, that was a great performance.
Yeah.
And I'm digging that dialogue. But
I'll show you some more shit off stream. There's some cool stuff too. So.
All right, sweet. But yeah, thanks for watching the stream, guys. Haven't seen your previous short films, so I'll check them out soon. Yes, it's a
awesome.
Nice
Yeah, I got them.
Batch.
I got them all in a playlist on my channel. I think it's like the second row or something. It's Film Caffeine Productions. I think I ordered them right. Other than the Coda teaser, it's The Deal. Ebenezer Payback is just a little chunk of short films. Feel free to check them out. Leave a comment. Do whatever. I'm pretty proud of all of them. So.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the stream.
Bon Appetit sucks. That's all.
That's the best one. Not really. But thanks for watching the stream, guys. It was a good time chatting. I hope all your ring questions were answered. If anybody's still confused about the film, feel free to ask me and I'll explain it.
Feel free to stay confused, I guess.
Yeah, feel free to stay confused. Yeah, that's also my artistic vision being preserved. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Check out Film Caffeine. I think I linked his Twitter and his YouTube. Check that out. And I'll see you soon. Until then, have a great rest of your day and stay positive.
Thanks, guys. See you guys soon.